He's known as the migraine whisperer, and if you suffer from migraines, perhaps you should consider seeing a chiropractor, especially my next guest. Dr. Craig Hindson joins me. He is a chiropractor with the Loving Life Chiropractic. Welcome back to the show. Great to have you here. Last time we were here, you described your background and how you got into this, so we've had the introduction. I want to jump right into the migraine whisperer, and where did that moniker come from? Why migraines in particular?
That's an excellent question, Derick. Thanks very much. So my job as a first principle chiropractor is looking at the spine, okay? Now, the reason that we have the spine, the primary reason, obviously, is so we can stand up and we can see things, we go hunting and spot predators and stuff, but the primary reason it exists is to protect the nerve system. So it's like a box, but it's a very flexible box. It's a very long box. What I found, actually, it started with my mother. My mother, strangely, I'd been in chiropractic for 10 years. My mother got diagnosed with cancer. My own personal, and this again, as I mentioned last time, these stories I tell you, that they vary from person to person. My own personal experiences, they really help with coughs and colds. My mother got diagnosed with throat cancer. I traveled 500 miles and took her to a chiropractor and said, you've got to see this chiropractor just because it's good for your immune system. Okay. And there's a big debate of whether it was, in my case, I found it was. But after 3 months, the migraines that she'd had for 25 years completely went away.
Really?
And I remember as a 14-year-old, her working under the stairs on a sewing machine and having to stop and go and lie down in a dark room because of the excruciating migraines. So fast forward another 5 years, I'm now a chiropractor. I'm working here in Ottawa on Byron Avenue at Loving Life Chiropractic. And I'm working with lots of men and women, but the ladies, I'm noticing a lot of them coming with migraines and headaches, and after, sometimes 2 months, sometimes a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of adjustments, they're seeing a big radical change in their migraines. And I'm like, wow, and I started to study that a lot more. I was already into it, but looking at it a lot more. And I've refined my technique, and I'm upper cervical, which is the top of the neck. This is the very top bone. It's a ring bone, so it's very different to the main block type bones. Now, I'm very, very specific at adjusting the top bone in the neck. Unfortunately, it doesn't get a lot of the techniques I've learned don't get taught in schools, which is a shame. I'd love it that they were, because by balancing that top bone there, this is where I'm seeing a lot of these crazy results. I mean, they're not crazy to me, but if you're not aware of this kind of idea, this principle, then you're not going to get.
We're just looking at the graphic, by the way, that you sent along here as well.
Okay. So this is the nerve map. So most people think about bad necks and bad backs, but the nerves come out. They go into the arms, can result in tingling in the fingers from the neck. They also, from the lower back, it goes to all the internal organs. So conceivably, stomach issues like ulcers or leaking valves could be due to there not being 100% electrical input through the nerves because of nerve interference. And my job isn't to cure migraines or back pain or headaches or stomach issues, but it's to remove the interference. So once I remove the interference, in a lot of cases, I'm seeing really great results. Now, it is true that in some cases, so for example, if you had a leg cut off, I could adjust your pelvis, but your leg isn't going to grow back because that is not a chiropractic issue. However, if you did have leg issues, then you'd want to be balanced, because going through life with, in that situation, you want to be more balanced. You want to be corrected regularly so that everything stays nice and balanced to prevent, and this is the big thing, prevent premature spinal aging. So many people, they've got premature spinal aging, and they don't even know because they're not even any symptoms.
So you're going to do a lither demonstration with me here today.
The first one is we're going to identify this in the neck. So really simple, and the viewers can do this at home. Behind your ears, just if you feel that big bony prominence, that is the base of the skull. So you slide down off the base of the skull into the muscly bit. So you're just at the edge, that horizontal edge. You move your finger backwards and forwards, and when you get a little sensitive, you'll feel that there's actually a groove between two muscles. Now, if you press on one side, now actually before you do this at home, if you already have migraines or if you already have nerve issues or maybe even neck pain, be very, very careful, because this can actually cause tingling in the hands or actually even migraines to set off. But for the rest of us, if you press in on one finger, you'll feel the other finger move. And when you get on it, this is a great thing. See, Derick's had it, but this is a great thing. When you teach the kids, even me as a chiropractor,
it's a little freaky.
I do this all the time, and even me as a chiropractor, when I get it, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of strange. And I know this stuff. Yeah, so you definitely see, I love it when people get it, because they just go, whoa. Okay. So you guys at home, if you're getting that, good job.
So you want me
don't
to
press too
sit
hard.
down here?
Now, that was just, yes, please, yeah. So that was just to show where that ring bone is, so you guys can identify it yourselves. Okay. Now, the next thing, the extent of this problem, 2.7 million Canadians suffer with migraines, and 3 times more women than men, so almost 2 million women suffer with migraines. And if you imagine a class of 30 kids, that means 5 of them are not able to concentrate, they're not able to function, they're probably on painkillers. Right. And the flip side of that is, of those 5, 4 of them are probably female. Okay, so the next stage, once we've identified, is what we're going to do about it, or the loss of function is what I'm identifying now. Okay, so let's see how Derick's next movement. So turn your head this way, Derick, as far as you can. So that is about 50 out of 90. Okay, ideally you want to be 80 or 90. So I know straight away Derick's got some functional thing going on in his neck. And turn the other way as far as you can. Now that's more. If you look at your shoulder now, Derick, you can see more of your shoulder that side than this side. Probably about 10 degrees difference. Okay. So that tells me there's an asymmetry. And I'm just going to palpate Derick's neck. This is a scientific word that just means touch and feel in a family-friendly way,
just going to give you a heads up. We have 60 seconds left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I slide off the back, there is Atlas. Now this is what I do to everyone that comes along to my office. So if your viewers would like to come along for a free 15-minute consultation, do you feel that? C2
I do.
On the left, that's what's called a subluxation, which just means nerve imbalance. Come down a bit lower there, C6. On the left, the opposite side. And then when I come up to here, C1, this is the key one. Soft there, a little harder there.
I can feel that.
Yeah, so as I'm pressing, it feels like an uncomfortable tickle. See?
So if they say to you, they saw you on Daytime Ottawa.
Daytime Ottawa only, yeah.
Consultation.
Free consultation.
725-2525?
The phone number's, 725-2525.
I remembered.
7-325.
LovingLifeChiropractic.com as well to find out more information. We'll be back with more Daytime right after this. Don't go anywhere.